have optimism ourselves to para po ma-motivate po ng student kung ipaligid pa ng teacher is positive na itong pinag-grade na ng student, ma-motivate sila o ka ng sulod o mag-answer.
Number 3, the old high expectation. So, dun sa the high expectation.
Old height. Yes, as a teacher, it is important na mag-hold the expectations sa mga students. Okay? Also, dapat ipahibalo po na to sa students na nag-hold the expectations sa ila. Kaya nga no, ang students, kahit di ba, kita nga mga students kung makabalota nga, ang teacher is nag-expect sa at of course, ma-pressure ta, di ba? So, ang pressure, mao ang murag mo drive sa ato nga mas malikabot ta nga dapat ka na makuha na ko expectation ni teacher. Dili man the whole nga expectation but murag katunga or sobra sa katunga nga expectation teachers makuha na ko. So dapat malikabot ko aron dili ma-disappoint ang teacher sa kanang expectations sa ko. So it is important nga mag-hold ta og expectations sa atong mga students as a teacher kay mao na ang mo-drive sa atong mga students nga mas kanang mahatag sila eager gyud mas malikabot ba sa ilang studies.
So, ang high expectation, I think you miss Bagalyon. Ang high expectation is also ma-inspire ang isa ka students para maging grow sa ilahang sa pag-studies, to love their core learning, and to embrace the challenges as an opportunity of their best or for their goals to succeed. Then sunod sa number 4. Number 4.
Demonstrate creativity.
Sunod sa
Ano, oy, labras.
Buti na lang. Sa number 4 is itong
Creativity.
demonstration
Creativity.
As a major teacher na dapat kabalo ka kanang nakay creative ba ibalik kita sulod ka sa usa ka klase din kanang dili ka ingon nga murag wala lang bitaw kanang to make mo kanang imong journey sa as a teacher murag imbita siyang koloran hatagan nimo color para ang mga students mas maengganyo sa imuha nga ikaw nga teacher mas maengganyo ang mga students sa imo.
Thank you, Miss Labrada. So, in addition, the demonstration creativity is, the new and interesting way of teaching. So, example, so, ma-interested ang isa ka students to participate because new na sa para sa ilaha. Bago ay kanang more gusto sila ma-experience nila ito kasi bago para sa kanila. Then, example sa nung demonstration training namin nung namin ka grupo, merong nag-activity nga itong mga duck nga nag-racing sila. So, diba, naging agresibo ang mga students to learn for their teacher. Diba?
Ang inyong good pa ang inyong borders dito.
Yes.
Sugay kayo kay kaning mga creative
Mga new and interesting the way of teaching. Thank you. And then the next is number 5, the exercise. Si Alco Seba.
Exercise. In all aspects in the field of education, we showed balance, the balance of power between the students and the teacher, diba? Na nasa rules of being a good teacher. If merong isa-suggest na mga questions ang inyong estudyante, dapat mo siyang i-accept. Then, if yung mga estudyante nahihirapan sila, then you should collaborate or you should elaborate those things na hindi familiar sa kanila.
Yes, in addition, the fairness of the teachers. Hindi dapat siya maging may favoritism sa klase. Dapat equal lang siya and kung ano yung dapat sa kanyang students. So, kung gusto lang sa kanyang students sa kanyang grades, kanyang opportunities, so ibigay niya. And then the rest is bigyan din niya ng ibang opportunity para makamap din sa students para madako yung grades, di ba? Then, next is let's proceed the displays personal touch. So, in this phrase is, please read everyone.
Displays personal touch. The teacher connects with the students personally. In his teaching, the teacher shows interest in his students and shares himself to them.
So, in this phrase, it sounds like the teacher and the students is meron silang strong connection. Then, kapag ang teacher mag-share ng kanilang personal experience sa kanilang life is maging interested po ang students to lesson sa ilaha. And because what if in near future ma-encounter nila yung experiences. So, meron sa knowledge to how to manage that situation to be successful and para ma-overcome nila yon. And then, it could involve sharing personal stories and experiences, even the habits and interests of the students. So, meron silang interact with the students. Kung anong gusto sa students, so, mag-example si teacher about sa kanyang life connected to the topic. Hindi yung kanang magbigay ng story pero hindi yung connected sa topic. Di ba? Marami nang naging teacher natin, di ba, sa high school na kahit saan na mapunta yung sinasabi niya tapos hindi na connected sa topic. So dapat kung mag-share ka ng yung personal life or personal experiences, dapat connected din sa topic para maintindihan po sa students. Example, si Ma'am Batistis, di ba? Mag-share siya ng personal experiences niya, then ma-connect niya sa kanyang topic. And then maging interested din tayo para mag-share din di ba tayo pag meron tayong makarelate tayo kung merong ibang experience din natin na-experience din natin sa ibang lugar or something, di ba, like sa last sem natin sa kanyang understanding the self. And then, so anyone, sinong merong example dito? Anyone from the Sino? Sige, mag-spinaway na lang pa.
Dili na okay para sa ko.
Dili magbalik
man.
Sige. Sinong merong example or something na Miss Abrera. Meron sa example about this
personal touch. So for example, Anna, if we put kibali ma-teacher man jud ta someday na mga teacher diri, then na situation nga ang your students is kanang masobray nag-introvert kanang dili siya maka-share sa ihang mga mga balik, maulaw siya mo hands up, maulaw siya mo participate sa imong topic. So as a teacher maka sa imong una nga nato ni siya big problem. So unsay buhaton nimo as a teacher, di ba? Imo siya i-confront nga ano nganong grabe jud nimo pa shy type. So dili pud nga ingon nga
kuan istorya nga murag makalit dapat solve nga na murag imong itrato siya as a kuan in a proper way. Dili lang ina mag-inis ug ganun din makamaging ani siguro kay kuan ka dugong kay ana kay high blood ka. Dapat as a teacher kabalo ta ma-handle ana nga situation. So mag-confront ta sa ato ang estudyante kung unsa ilang problem para ma-share pud nila sa ato. So natay ma-advise nila nga makatamang pud
meron ka interaction between your students and your profession, di ba? Then, dapat maging, maging mata ka sa lahat. Kaya dapat makita mo sila lahat kung nag-participate ba or hindi. Para ang iba matuon ng pansin kung hindi nila kayang mag-voice out sa kanilang gustong isabi about sa topic. Maging open. Nag-get na ba? Okay, next. Thank you, guys.
Okay, good morning everyone.
Morning.
I'm going to talk about the 12 characteristics, the continuation of this topic, which is the 12 characteristics of an effective teacher. Cultivates a sense of belonging. Please read the first sentence, everyone.
Cultivates a sense of belonging. The teacher makes students feel welcome and comfortable in their classrooms.
Oh, first sentence pa. So, from the word belonging, we should, as a future educator, I should make the students feel comfortable and welcome so that the pupils, when it comes to discussion, they participate. They will not embarrass. They will not shy when sharing their opinions about the discussion. So, as emphasized by Moray and Pianta 2007, students double their efforts once they like their teachers and perceive them to be caring. Diba? Some of the students, pag gusto niya yung teacher, mag-double effort siya sa kanyang project, discussion, magpa-participate siya lagi kasi nga gusto niya yung teacher. Next, shows compassion. Please read everyone.
Shows compassion. The teacher shows concern on students' personal problems and sensitivity in relating to them and their problems.
Shows compassion. If a pupil has a problem, we should not judge them. Instead, we should give them an ear to listen, understand them, and support them. By supporting, give them an advice or do not give up. Okay lang yan, maging okay lang. Yeah. So, number 9, possesses sense of humor. Please read everyone.
The teacher makes learning fun and enjoyable. Students will never experience a dull moment in class.
So as a future educator, I should have a humor. Because if when it comes to discussion, if the discussion are dull, of course the pupils feel bored. Like, maboboard sila, magchichika na lang sila sa mga kaklase niya, hindi na sila magikinig. Then, ma-feel nila yung antok. Di ba pag dull yung klase, ma-feel nila antok, ay, naantok na ako, boring naman yung klase ni ma'am. So, next one is, respect students. Please read everyone.
The teacher who respects the students receives the same in return. He is careful not to embarrass students when it comes to their grades or conduct.
So the first sentence, which is the teacher who respects its students receive the same in return. May respect each other too. Between respect. From the word respect, nana sa atin yan eh. From the moment na tumatapak tayo dito sa mundo. So in respecting to between the teacher and pupils, of course, dyan yun na magsisimula yung positive relationship between the teacher and the students. Kasi kung walang respect si teacher ka, si pupils, of course, the pupils, hindi na yan papasok kasi nga wala na yung respect si ma'am sa akin. Ay, hindi naman ako nire-respeto ni ma'am, so hindi na ako papasok. Ganyan. Kaya marami nang hindi pumapasok kasi as sa teacher naman din yung may problema. So, 11, models forgiveness. Please read Miss Almention.
Models forgiveness. The teacher is the harbor of feelings toward his students. He forgives their shortcomings, mistakes, and even enough afraid of failure. The teacher believes in giving erring students a second chance.
Anyone who can definition of harbor ill feelings? Please,
For me, kung nalagay sa field, kaya mga bata pa man na sila, kailangan pa dyan natin forgive sa ilang mga sala, sa ilang mga behaviors, sa mga mistakes, or bisan sa mga ating negative. Kailangan na dyan natin mag-adjust beyond sa mga students. Kaya in the first place, bata pa man na sila, kailangan pa
Discipline.
disiplina, kailangan pa sila itulid. So, dapat kita ang good role model sa ila para para ma-achieve to nila mga maayong pamatansan.
yes, thank you, Ariha. Please give a clap to Miss Ariha. So, harbor ill feelings means in Tagalog, nagkikimkim ng sama ng loob. If a teacher has a harbor ill feelings toward his or her pupils, of course, the pupils, hindi na yan, mapipil na comfortable, which is the belonging. Kasi nga, may harbor ill feelings si teacher kay pupils. So, he forgives their shortcomings, the shortcomings of the student. As a future educator, we should give them second chances of the students. Si God nga nagbibigay ng second chances, ikaw pa kayo ng teacher. So, as a future educator, lalo na nga, tayo ay ma-handle natin yung mga elementary students, so we should give them a second chances. 12. Admit mistake. Please read Miss Alvaro.
Admit mistakes. The teacher is nothing wrong admitting that he has wrong as student. Willing to apologize and correct the wrongdoing as
So as a teacher, walang mali kung i-admit niya ang kanyang mistake. Doon yun magsisimula yung good model as a future educator. Good. Doon kasi kung hindi naman i-admit ni teacher, like, admit yung mistake. So, for example, ako na teacher, alam ko sa paastra na nagchichika. So, as me na nag-discuss, iikuan ko sila sintahin ko sila na makinig, ba't ganyan. So, ang tinapik pala nila, nagchichakan sila about the opinions of the discussion. So, as for me, I admit the mistake na, sorry, hindi ko alam na ganun pala. So, if you have a opinion, just raise your right hand. So, admit mistakes. Wala namang mali kung mag-admit tayo. Wala namang tayo pinagtatakan ng tao kung mag-admit tayo ng mistakes. Yes, tama tayo dyan. So, that's all. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So, before we proceed to the next topic, which is the rule of teachers or rules of the teacher, may I ask you to participate? What would you need in this picture? So, para walay bias, magbunot na diri so pangalan. Yes. Kung unsang inyong nasabtan ani na picture.
Okay.
We have Miss Prada. Yes.
teacher gonna be your student's nurse. You're gonna be their attorney, defender, pag kung anong mangyari, so you're gonna defend them. Tapos kung mali naman sila, so you're gonna confront them, not in front of the class, but privately. And then also, yung ano talaga natin is to teach students, discipline them, tapos sa uban ng kuan nila.
Thank you, Miss Praga. And also, mag-one pa addition.
Tulungan, tulungan na.
We have Mr. Gumina. What can you say about this?
The teacher profession is not a joke. Because the teacher shows the rules of the teacher should have the facilitators of the students, and the teacher should have it's their responsibility to facilitate the students, to guide them to have a better future and learning.
Thank you, Sige pa daw. So, may gusto mo early na lang. Volunteer. So, pili daw mo volunteer. We have, last, we have Rulida. Absent si Rulida. Ang attendance ko, asan na? Mana? Si Miss Aray. Yes, Miss Ariha, how do you say about this?
Based on my interpretation, the picture shows that being teacher is not easy. So, kung ikaw magiging teacher is, role mo talaga is magiging facilitator, what you say, tapos, ikaw din yung, ibalik, yung tabang gani para ma-achieve nila ang goals, ma-achieve nila ang goals, which is ang mga graduate. Tapos, teacher's fault is mo discipline o makatabang po siya in different ways. Para mo
Yes, thank you sa inyo mga answers. So, this picture shows tama yung mga lipag-tubag that being a teacher is not easy. There are many rules that the teacher should do, not only to teach the students. So, now we will move to the first rule of a teacher. Miss Ibarra, please read number 1.
The teacher as a community link. The teacher participates actively in the life of the community, interprets the school program to the public, brings parents to participate in school activities, and utilizes the resource of the community to develop significant application of subject matter.
Thank you, Ms. Cabrera. So, the rule number 1, the teacher as a community link. That means that a teacher work with the people outside of the school. It's either the parents, the professionals, or organizations. For example, nag-invite ang inyong principal na magkaroon kayo ng career guidance. Then, nag-invite sila ng mga professionals para nag-usalingalan sa inyong atubangan. Then, another is, nag-invite sila ang mga firefighters para mag-talk about fire safety. Usa pa, na ay mo ibuhat na mga clean-up drive, mga inana sa inyong community with your parents. And now, I will call Miss Laborada to say what is the importance of a teacher to live in a community, or yes, what is the importance of that rule?
Right, for example, nakalundang mo itong giingon ni Mami bitaw. Atong kuan ang teacher, naghani siya ikuan gitabaa ka ng for example katong magpatawag og kanang brigada magpatawag og brigada sa mga ginikanan kanang mangguna then daghan pang mga ipatawag ni Ma'am ato sa about sa teacher nga which is kanang nag-use niya kibalik di ba family is part of kanang community so dito ang teacher nakakuan siya sa community kibalik tuon in that example nga ang mga parents is para sa magpatawag siya brigada.
So what is the relevance of that? Help? Sige, we have Isang Puerto. What is the relevance of that na magpatawag ng mga brigada sa mga parents, mga ganyan. So, kanang kinahanglan man nga mag-act ang teacher as kanang yunana. Anong kailangan kinahanglan man nila mo.
So, I think the relevance of that situation is para magkaroon ng interaction between the parents and the teachers. So, pag magkaroon ng interaction yung teachers at yung parents, kung ano yung mga announce gani sa kanang sa school, dali na niya ma-inform ang mga parents, which is kanang dali niya ma-encourage gani nga ma-attend kaya naman siya interaction sa both sa mga parents sa iyahang mga students.
That is all about sa parents. How about sa professionals? How about sa professionals? Meron kailangan pa nila mo-communicate sa mga professionals so that para yes, Miss. Thank you, Miss Alberto. So, for me, in my own understanding, it is important na ang mga teachers mo-communicate with sila sa mga professionals kay you are a teacher but it doesn't mean you know all things. Diba? Not because you're a teacher, kabalo naka-unsawin buhat ang patong mga unsawin pagpuan sa mga cars, para sa mga car guidance, diba? Kay, kung ang teacher mag-invite yung mga professionals, kanang advantage na po na sa teacher, aside from the advantage na siya sa teachers kay napod siya makuha mga learnings ato mga professionals. Yes, thank you. So the importance of this is that sakto to yung mga gipanglaong nga sa tawag dito na makatabang sa students. So the teacher as a community link. So the teacher should must link in a community because to see the relevance of the education para makuan sa mga bata nga ay unani gyud ay ang kinahanglan gyud ay matutulian ay unani gyud ay ang real world bali na siya so makita nila kung unsa gyud ay importante ang ilang sigig pagtuon sa eskwelahan sige silang talk about sunog-sunog tapos wala silang kabalo kung unsa gyud ang sunog unsa gyud ang postura sa mga masunog so kailangan nila na mag-invite og kuan mga firefighters para maka-demonstrate tapos maka-learn na sila in a fun way also makakuan po sila makatabang po sila sa students na makakuan nga sa about the situation sa real world so that is the importance of a teacher as a community. Yes. Now we have the teacher as a counselor. Mr. Mercader, please.
The teacher as a counselor. The teacher establishes effective relationship with an individual student, collects pertinent information about each student, guides student in understanding himself, gives advice and assists students in finding solutions to their own problems.
So, a teacher as a counselor. So, example, nagklase ka diya sa tubangan. Tapos, students na feeling mo wala na minaw, then grabe siya kasal. So, kailangan, dili mo siya pangutanong sa the whole class. So, mangulit na mo, for example, kuhanin mo siya na, ikaw, Mercader, pag-ilit ka. Tapos, kaiskurahan mo siya kung unsa niyang problema, nga nung sad siya, unsa nita mo sa iya ha, unsa may kailangan ba niya ang mga and then maghatag kag mga suggestion or mga advices. Yes, thank you. Mga advices para makatabang ka na masulbad kung iyang mga problema. So another example is na tingala ka nga nganong na-fail man ni siya karon or nagsagot siya na iyang fail na mga exams or quizzes like that.
Tapos ka na siya na student is grabe gid na siya ka wala na yes, grabe siya ka active na. So kana siya, it is possible na na siya yung problema. So kailangan nimo siya i-understand kung sa iyang mga personal issues so that ang inyong environment or learning environment ninyo is kana ang ano siya tawag niya na kanang ano ha friendly environment ko. So mo na ang importante ang the teacher act as a counselor. Now we have the teacher as a decision maker. Yes, Miss Apatan, please read.
The teacher decides on the objectives that should be established, the type of instructional program that could best achieve the objectives, the body of information that should convey, the most effective methods, techniques, approaches, and materials that would facilitate the attainment of the objectives, and the most appropriate grouping that would best benefit the learner.
Thank you. The teacher as a decision maker. So in short, the teacher is the one who will decide what to teach, what are the strategies that she or he will use in order to the students will learn. So that is the reason why sa ato ang Educ 2 pa lang gitudloan na tada kung unsa ang paghimo ang detailed lesson plan so that kana ang ma-organize nato ang classroom as soon kung mahimo na tang mga teacher. Kabalo ta kung unsa ang atong mga ipangtulo o dili ta mosulod sa school nga dili ta prepared. Next, we have the teacher as a director of learning. Yes, Miss Romante.
The teacher as a director of learning. The teacher plans and organizes learning activities, leads students through the learning episodes, controls the whole learning situations, and appraises the effectiveness of the learning situations.
Thank you. The teacher as the director of learning. Imagine sa movie scene. We have a director. So, ang director ang ensure that the scene is gana na siya, okay na siya. So, kani siya director as a director of learning. So, the teacher is one who will lead or facilitate the students. Tapos, i-ensure nila na ang iyahang mga gipang tudlo, ang iyahang gusto na ma-achieve is na-achieve. So, may I call, magkunot na lang ta. We have Miss Banaay. Yes, Miss Banaay. As a future educator, how can you see yourself as a director of learning? And what are your strategies if that one student is not participating in your class? How can you see yourself as a future educator, as a director of learning, or the one who will facilitate in the class?
So, as a future educator and to be maging director sa klase, and syempre, gumawa ka muna ng plan kung paano mo achieve yung gusto mo i-achieve para sa klase mo. And then, second question.
What are your strategies if that one student or naisa ka student mo na dili na participate sa imong klase? What will you do as a director of learning?
Syempre, dili mo siya istoryahon kanang kuan pa kanang during klase. Kanang imo siya kanang pag like for example ganina kay kuan merkader nga imo siya ipabili then imo siya kanang kuan kita mo private nga kanang istoryahon nimo siya kanang mga ani dili ka mo participate sa klase kay para pag sa sunod kibali di mo nga kanang pagtanda ka og kanang klase is kanang willing na siya mukuan sa imo ha.
Thank you, Miss Banaay. So, napasok din sa director, the teacher as a director of learning ang katong
Counseling.
counselor. So, kani siya na mga rule connected lang din siya na dapat ang kita na mga future educator itudloan kung usang dapat na ato ang mga gamit. Yes, ato ang mga rule. Then, we have the teacher as information processor. Yes, Miss Tammy.
The teacher as an information processor. The teacher analyzes information and events and makes it learnable, facilitates its comprehension, interprets them to learners, and communicates them in manner that students can comprehend.
The teacher as a information processor. So, even though grabe kalisod ang topic, pero pangitaan ni teacher o paagi nga makakatun ka. Ma'am, dili man jud ko ganahan og math. So, si teacher magitag paagi nga kana ang maka-learn ka biskag ka nang dili ka ingon nga nagsulat sige solve. So, mangita siyang paagi, it's either magpadula siya para makakatun mo. So, ingon ana. Mangita siya og paagi nga strategies para ang students make sure niya na naka-learn sa iyang lessons biskag unsa kalisod ang topic. So, also na-mention siya tong last Educ 2 na we should use kana ang mga practical things, real life situations so that the student because this can help the students comprehend the lesson. Also, kung sa mga English, ibali for example, maglisod og sabot. So, you can also use mga simple words or languages so that a student understand your lesson. Okay? Especially, we are in BE Ed elementary. So, maglisod pa sila nga. Instead na, the teacher helps. Yung gigamit the facilitator, ang imong instead the teacher, imong gigamit facilitator. So instead na students, imong gigamit learners. Murag bisog pa siya nga kung anon sa mga bata. Na sabtan? Yes. Thank you. Next, we have the teacher as a judgment of achievement. We have yes. Please read.
The teacher as a judge of achievement. The teacher defines the ability levels of students, evaluates students' level of achievement based on standards, and determine who will be promoted or retained.
Thank you. Yeah. The teacher as a judge of judgment. The teacher as a judge of achievement. So that is the reason why ang atong mga teacher na ay mga quiz after the lesson. So dapat dili ta magreklamo no kay para ra na siya sa atua para makuan sa mga teacher kung naabot ko'y nakatunan o wala. So kailangan pa ba nila mabalik sa lesson or magpadayon sa next lesson. So mag-decide na sila. Also na ako tayo mga class records para kana ang mahibalan gyud kung kinsa gid ang kana ang tagaan ug mga nato tay na mga awards si kinsay kuan pinaka high pinaka highest ganyan. So natay mo na siya teacher as a judge of achievement para makabalo ka kung isa ang bright tayo sa mga para malahi mo in order to pa na makabalo ka kung sa imong mga strategies na panggamiton sa imuhang next lesson. So again, pwede ko mangutana kung unsa to na mga rules ang 6 rules pa 12 gina ta. Unsa gani kung pinakauna?
The teacher as a community link.
The teacher as a counselor. The teacher as a decision maker.
The teacher as a director of learning. The teacher as an information processor.
The teacher
As a judge of achievement.
Nasabtan ang ako.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Go.
Live camera action.
So, good morning everyone. This is the continuation of the roles of teacher. So number 7, please read everyone.
The teacher as a knower. The teacher knows much about the general fields of his field of specialization, brings knowledge, thoroughly masters the subject matter of learners to the world of ideas, provides accurate information to students, and readily answers the students' questions.
So, the teacher as a knower means that the teacher are like experts who know their subjects very well. They help students understand things by sharing their deep knowledge in a way that is less confusing. Just like what Bayawa said kanina na sa pangitaan nyo ng paagi nga para makasabot ang estudyante. For example, in math class, ang teacher kinapakita og mga klase-klase nga ways para pagsulbara sa isang problema. In a way na dili siya lisod subtle. Yeah. Number 8 is everyone is really important.
The teacher as a mediator of culture. The teacher articulates social, political, and economic traditions, develops cultural values, transmits culture, and enriches cultural growth of students.
So, the teacher as a mediator of cultures means that the teachers guides and help students understand their traditions, behaviors, and values. They guide students understand how culture shapes societies. For example, in history class, the teacher tackles about a past event showing or emphasizing how that event affects the way people live today. So number 9 is the teacher as a model of youth.
The teacher as a model for the youth. The teacher exemplifies the scholarship and ideals valued by society and demonstrates acceptable sets of values.
So the teacher as a model for the youth. This means na ang teacher is this means that the teacher are examples na model para sa mga estudyante niya. Na sila ang magpakita na unsay tamang nga behavior, kasi pagka niya nakay kawan niya nimong value o kalimbutan na attitudes. They not only teach subjects but demonstrate this na kaning ang sila gani ang magkuan niya ang dapat para ang estudyante mo rin sunod sa ilaha makasunod sa ilo. For example, ang teacher nag-put of efforts para magbuhat sa lesson plan. So it emphasizes na magkuan para appreciate sa estudyante ang pagbuhat ng hard work and dedication. O gusto pa ka example is ka ng pagkuhan. Si number 10.
The teacher as a moralist. The teacher envelops a functional moral and ethical code, creates acceptable moral atmosphere, and establishes norms for behavior within and outside the classroom.
So the teacher as a moralist. This means that the teacher have a role in guiding students in what is right or wrong, helping them, guiding them what the teacher influences students not only academically but behaviorally. Behaviorally and making ethical decisions. For example, in a classroom, the teacher encourages students to help study. The teacher helps students the teacher encourages students to help each other, emphasizing the positive impact of lending a hand to a friend. Yes. Next, the teacher as a person of culture. Everyone.
The teacher as a person of culture. The teacher possesses a broad general cultural education, demonstrates adequate skills in the use of language, is well informed of current developments in various fields of science, and appreciates arts and literature.
So the teacher as a person of culture means that the teacher brings their own cultural background, experiences, and values into classrooms. They use this aspect to enrich students learning and help them understand different culture. For example, in music class, a teacher introduces a teacher introduces to music genres culture, fostering an appreciation for musical traditions. In number 12, last week.
The teacher as a pioneer in the world of ideas. The teacher carries students to new insights and knowledge, leads children to wide-ranging and unlimited inquiry, and develops new ideas and practices to meet the needs and demands of the time.
So the teacher as a pioneer in the world of ideas. This means that the teachers are like stirred to help students discover new ideas, understand different concepts. For example, in a science teacher, pwede makakuan sa teacher nga, pwede makuan sa teacher, ma-unlock ang kuan sa students nga, mas ganahan na silang kuan mo, maminaw, mag-participate permanently sa kuan. In math and art class, the teacher encourages students to have a creative thinking, making learning more exciting and interesting. So, just in case, if maglito ko sa kalahian sa mediator of culture and the teacher as a person of culture. Ang mediator of culture is ang teacher mo yung magkuhan niya. Magtulog yun sa
Students.
Magtulog na sila sa kuhan niya para mas mula ko ilang pagkuhan sa culture. Ang the teacher as a person of culture is ang mag-focus ang kuhan sa teacher, sa ilahang mga experience, ilahang kuhan para mas makabalo pa sila sa
So, good morning everyone. Morning. So, this is the last topic of our report, sa Group 1. So, 10 common challenges teachers face in the classroom. So, everybody please read the number 1.
Understanding different learning styles.
So, a single classroom was often contains students with a wide set of learning abilities and styles, right? So, and it's nearly impossible for a teacher to use only one teaching method. Why, Ms. Alcacela? That it is nearly impossible for a teacher to use only one teaching method. There's only one method to do, so the teacher will not totally ensure that the students are totally listening. So dapat they can make their own plan or decision based on process to ensure that the students are totally listening.
Oo, diba? Kung one teaching method lang, munang balik-balik ka gani, like, i-teacher ko, musunod ko sa eskwelahan, tapos magtudlo ra ko, then magpa-quiz, then pagkaugma, magtudlo na ko, magpa-quiz. Do you think daghan ang malaking sa bata? Hindi, diba? So, Isay, pwede mo answer. Why do you think that this is a challenge for teacher? Kanang ang understanding the different learning styles of students is a challenge for teachers.
For me, it is challenging yun siya nga maghimo ta og mga different learning styles kay ngano kana ang kuan man good kana as a teacher dili lang kana ang atong buhaton, di ba? So for me, challenging siya nga maghimo ta mga different styles kay dili for me no sa ako lang understanding dili ko maka-ensure nga ang akong learning styles nga gibuhat ka is tanan makasabot kay di ba we have diverse nga students man. So kung maghimo ko kana ang learning styles nga appropriate siya sa tanan pero di ba naman ka nang kuan ay different intelligence ng mga bata, di ba? So na sila lahi nga kuan gali pagsabot dinana like uban dali maka-catch up ang uban dugay. So challenge siya sa ako in a way nga murag maka kanang murag maka kuan ko ba nga like na kanang murag kanang di makunaan ako ba nga dali ra na catch up dali sa akong mga students ang mga styles nga akong gibuhat yung anak kay lagi sa akong giingon kagainan natin mga lain-lain nga buhay mga estudyante lain sila. So also may bawal magyapon na nato nakasabot ba sila o dili pero lahi ra gid ang kanang more confident kang ang kini nga styles bisan pag lahi-lahi sila o kanang intelligence sa certain nila.
So, thank you, Miss Bagalion. Let's give a hand to explanation. So, it is a challenge for teachers because teachers are required to think strategically when making lesson plans. Diba? To cater all the learning styles in their classroom. Kay, when making lesson plans, diba, kanang dili kaya gini mo na masunod gid ang lesson plan, kanang word by word, pero kanang dapat na kay plano to cater all the learning styles in your classroom. So, dapat flexible po si teacher, no, when it comes to teaching. Kaya para makuan ba ka ng ibalik para na siya adjustment sa ihang mga students. Kay sa giingon pa ni Miss Bagalion, lahi-lahi o kakayahan ng mga estudyante. So, next is, everybody read.
Lack of effective communication.
So, klaro na kayo nga challenge siya sa teacher kay do you think makasabot ang bata if kanang your classroom kanang lack of communication? Di ba dili kay di ba communication is the key para makasabot ang mga estudyante sa imong lesson. Kay if the teachers and the students lack of effective communication, the students will not easily understand the lesson. So, not every student, especially in lower grades, na makasabot dayon kanang unlike sa kanang high school na pagbadlong ni mo murag actually dili din sila uminaw pero makasabot dayon sila. Okay, kita PED teachers na kasunod elementary mo kunduan hindi kita tumalik kay nga nagit mga bugoy ng mga estudyante. So, kung saan man ninyo pagbadlong sa ilahang more dili pa kay sila malain. Dili ba kanang dili na tumalik kayan sa atong room nga nagi ka nang igid maminaw lisod pag batuon day na nimo siya gi-racer dili pag may amay. So usa man ning pag-communicate sa iya nga maminaw siya.
Patawag ko tayo ready.
So, ang daw yung guro na ako, di ba? For me, as we saw now with teacher, we must confront them, just only kanang istoryahan ba?